Communicating risk is important to keep communication transparent to all project stakeholders, as well as to keep track of our mitigation efforts. And it has been proven that the most efficient way to communicate risk is to use what we can call the risk burn-down charts. Risk burn-down charts effectively and transparently show whether our mitigation or contingency strategies are actually reducing the probability and the impact of the risks, removing it completely or not handling it well at all. Much like any chart or graph, risk burn-down charts can be in-depth or very simple, depending on the need for the documentation. A typical risk burn-down chart is used to show the project's exposure to risk and its heading up or down depending on whether your responses are working or not. The goal, of course, is to trend downwards, hence the name is burn down. That means the chart should show that our efforts are cutting away the risk from the project in a progressive manner. It's motivating to see the risk trend downward, meaning that things are working as planned. Or on the other hand, it's a significant wake-up call if things aren't trending in the right direction. Let's see an example of a risk burn-down chart. Imagine if we have the following risks progress through the series of iterations. One way to draw the risk burn-down chart is as follows. To read this graph, we can see that we have identified 4 risks in iteration 1. If we aggregate the risk score of the 4 risks, 12 plus 9 plus 6 plus 4, we will get a total of 31, which can be considered as the project risk after iteration 1. During iteration 2, things seem to get better for risk 1 and risk 2 as the risk score went down, which means either the probability or the impact of those risks were upgraded. The risk score for risk 3 remains the same, while the risk score for risk 4 went up, which means either the probability or the impact of this risk scored higher after iteration 2. So, total score after iteration 2 is 8 plus 6 plus 4 plus 10, a total of 28. The development team decided to do a risk-based spike after the iteration 2 to mitigate several risks. The spike was actually very good. We were able to get the total project risk score to just 10. Nice job! During iteration 3, a new risk was identified, which is risk 5. But still the project risk score went down to 8. And after iteration 4, the project risk score went down to just 6. So, as we see, the risks are burning down while the project progresses. So, things look very good so far.